Baffled. Don't wake me. I am neither here nor there. The map of my life is a palimpsest, the routes overwritten, the street names blurred with each new layer. You should look me up in the gazetteer. Search for me in the degrees of latitude, the fluctuating populations of cities you've never heard of. I slip between the Bible-thin pages and bury myself at the heart of the world. Here I am at the start, a diagram drawn on a packet of fags, a simple A to B with room for diversion. Like Robinson Crusoe, I am lost to reason, but being cast adrift is a salvation I embrace. I won't sit in my fort and berate God. He can look for me all he likes and never find me. I could draw you a map, but what use would it be? Streets shift, and buildings never stay still for long. You may catch a ghost in the architecture, a spectre in the bricks and mortar, but it's not what I remember. Not how I remember it at all. These are memories that flicker over the concrete, the Portland stone and ironwork. I am a bridge. But then again, I might be a wall, a gate, a fountain. I stood in the fountain, shoes in hands, a sunshine day, blue, like sailors' trousers stitched together from one horizon to the other, the overarch of heaven. A woman can be a memory of a place, and in that, a map as easy and hard to read as the lines on the palm of my hand. Destiny and destination tied together, vitality, thought and direction linked as they cut across skin, dirt and tarmac. The city follows the dips and ridges, the rivers that run a tracery of subterranean veins, deep, dark and secret, blood that takes you to its heart. Put your lips against my wrist and feel the pulse beneath the skin. A to B and back round again. It's a one-way flow of cars at night, heard through the open window, a constant hiss under the blackbird's song. Don't wake me. I'm dreaming. And in the dream, I'm somewhere else. I'm always somewhere else. This is a place that doesn't exist, or if it does, it doesn't look like this. It can tell me it's Brighton, Bristol or Manchester, a part of my hometown or the city where I've chosen to live, but it isn't. Not really. It's not what I remember. Not how I remember it at all. Light and celluloid, it's a 24-frame-a-second replica, black and white space to fill in the gaps left by the developers and overzealous aldermen. A flickering facsimile museum piece. Two separate boys run from the law through streets you don't recognise, monochromatic tenements and waterfronts. Tiger Bay and the Palace Pier, lacking in pigment but rich in contrast. Korczynski hides his revolver in a Butte Town flat, but nothing good can ever come from that. Look at Pinky, spurting gun blood on the salt-bleached boards, staining the dodgems and the merry-go-round. The trampolines where Andrew Oldfield jumped over and over, drunk, but saturated with colour. Don't wake me, I'm... Solar winds batter the upper atmosphere, making the photons and particles fleckle and dance across a northern sky. Ribbons of light the colour of my watch dial after dark, they hide the stars that should always be there. How else can I find my way home? She said, I am elemental. I am the geomagnetic pulse that tells you north. And what choice did I have but to believe her? I am a cork in water, a steel needle searching for some direction. She said, I am the aurora borealis in reverse, light sent back out towards space. I am the split-second sprite, reaching up for miles and miles, but over and done with in a blink. The best you can hope for is to be back before lights out and latch down, sitting on your doorstep in a frost-dark October morning when you could be in someone else's bed. And in a dream. Satellites don't allow for divagation. They stud the sky with their own constellations, startling the stars. They are direction at its purest, A to B without deviation. But where's the mountain's thumbprint whirl, the hill fort and youth hostel, the bridle path and church? Here is your location on the planet, but you still don't know where you are. I'm somewhere else. A woman once told me she could read me like a book, and in that cliché I saw a way to be free. Look me up in the A to Z, in the index of streets and grid references. Where the lines bisect and junction traffic lights, I might be, if only for a heartbeat. The you are here of the crossroads street map, the tiny lit lamps that make me a toy. Find me in the stickle bricks, the building block shopping centres with their marble floors and escalators. Water over coins, over coloured tile, a fountain edged with ferns, as if the sunken cafe was a pool meant for jaguars, not shoppers. Lime green trees and 60s architecture, but as soon as I say this is a memory, it's gone, hiding in the heart of my amygdala. There is a monster at the heart of things. Stay on this path, no matter how it twists and obfuscates, and eventually you will face it. I am the difference between the labyrinth and the maze. I walk through a city you see as baffled, but I know better. It's not possible to lose yourself, however much you try. She said, let's see if you're as clever as you think you are. And I said, I taste the tang of life in my mouth, metallic and bright. The blood that sings its way through everything. Riddle me all you like. My ashes won't dust the leaves of the London plains that line the lanes and streets. I am forever corporeal. Muscle, flesh, and bone. Let me go through streets I have by heart. Stronger monsters than you have tried and failed to stop me. The bull-headed boy and the girl with the hard-to-read smile. Let me tell you a joke, and if you laugh, let me go. A man walks into a bar. I followed her from bar to cafe to bar, through a city I didn't know. She was a trembling compass needle showing me north. She said, I am a sleepwalker, an unquiet ghost that will not settle, by nature inclined to leave a lover, and in the leaving, love her better. I can understand the desire to lose yourself in a dark corner dream space, the lure of one more drink, one more kiss. But eventually you have to leave and go home. I am the key, the stone that locks the arch, the guide that opens the map. Navigate by sextant and spyglass, following a sky bright with the pulse of dying stars, a reckoning by light. Let your eyes adjust, and the familiar pictographs will fill in the gaps. Zodiac and myth, beasts, and hard done by women. Water finds its level, trickling through my genes and chart. The moon tugs at the tide and my personality. I am mutable, sandbanks beneath the calm seeming sea. I am the salt on a sailor's tongue, a mermaid's kelp and pearl. My bones fish stripped and turning to ammonite on the sea floor. I'll stud the city limestone walls, the yellow flaking to its constituent parts in a maritime climate, soft and wet. The sudden frost and unexpected heatwave that splits the stones. I am the quartz caught in granite, reflecting the stars back towards space, rough and cool under the tips of your fingers. Eventually all stars die. They send the last of their light across the galaxy and then fall in on themselves, distorting time and distance. Look for me in that black hole, the hungry negative of a star that will consume solar systems as if they were an unsplit atom. You can search for me in that dark star and never find me. I am neither here nor there. I'm somewhere else. I'm always somewhere else.